Hello everyone, this is Calvin Castine. We're here at South Acres Field in Plattsburgh for game number 3 in a best of 5 in the semifinal round in the Gentlemen's Slow Pitch League. Tonight K&L and Barcomb will be going at it with K&L leading in the series 2-0. K&L win obviously would put an end to the series and they would advance to the finals. Barcomb's looking to salvage a little bit of pride out of this, hoping to at least win tonight to save the embarrassment of losing in 3 straight. K&L will be the home team. Barcomb's will bat first. 2 games thus far. The first game, K&L came away with a 7-3 win. On Monday, last night's ball game on Tuesday, it was 21-7. K&L running away with the ball game. 1, 2, 3, leading off as usual for Barcombs will be their shortstop Dale Hawksby, and it'll be followed by Jerry Davison, the third baseman, and apparently Bill Bayshore has a bat in his hand, who'll probably be batting third. Dr. John said he'd give me $1 if I get him on TV, so I get $1 every time Orville Trombley gets on. Now I'll get $2 tonight. Pitching for K&L is Gary DeCoste. Behind the plate tonight, Larry Belrose. First pitch of the ball game is strike 1. Mike Collier behind the plate, umping. On the bases, Art Guerin. Ball. 1-1 to count. In tight. Dan Trombley in left center will grab it, and we have the first out of the ball game. This series is all but over. As I said, Barcomb was looking to salvage a little bit of pride tonight by holding off the inevitable. I don't see anybody anywhere in Clinton County is going to beat K&L 3 games in a row, and that's what Barcombs would have to do. Jerry Davison, the third baseman at bat. Bill Bayshore on deck. Base hit. Bill Glode tosses it in. And Barcombs has a base runner. Barcombs playing actually without any pressure tonight. They can go out there and be loose. They know that this series is all but over. Bill Bayshore now. Popped up. Across the street, now to play. Continuing with the K&L defense, we have Gary Boris at first, Randy LaBombard at second, Randy Davison at short, Dale Cardin at third. Ball. Left field, Dennis Phillips. Left center field, Dan Trombley. Bill Glode over here in right. And in right field, Jim Davison. Glode throws the foul ball back in. Coaching at first at the moment, Steve Southwick. Over at third, Joey Trombley. On deck, Denny Laporte. Ball. Full count. 3-2 pitch. Lofted to left. Oh, it didn't go as far as I thought it was. Lofted to short left. Randy Davison back to make the grab, and we have 2 outs, and Denny Laporte the batter. Deep, ball 1. 2 down, top of the first inning. Hawksby at first. Hit deep. Glode calling, he'll grab it. Denny Laporte gave it a good ride. But not quite enough on it. And we go now to the bottom of the first with no score in the ball game. Leading off the bottom half of the first for K&L will be their left fielder, Dennis Phillips. We got a Denny Laporte and a Dennis Phillips, and I end up calling Denny Dennis and Dennis Denny. Pitching for Barcomb's Joey Trombley. Behind the plate, Tracy Boris. First base, Dale Hawksby. First base, Dan Yakey. Second base, Todd Underwood. Shortstop, Dale Hawksby. Third base, Jerry Davison. Left center fielder, Randy Barcomb. Left fielder, Jim Barcomb. Right center fielder, Denny Laporte. And in right field, Steve Southwick. Extra player tonight, Bill Bayshore, also sitting there with him. Tim Gowett, who apparently is not in the ball game tonight. He started in right last night. Batter now, Randy Davison. Strike. 1-1 to count. 2-1. On your toes. 3-1. Hit the front of the plate. Strike 2, full count. And the payoff pitch. Liner base hit. Southwick will pick it up. And he'll toss it in. And with 1 out, Randy Davison aboard for K&L. Batter now, right center fielder Jim Davison. With Dale Cardan on deck. Ball. Ball. 2-0. Ball. Ball 4. So Jim Davison will trot to first. We'll have Randy Davison at second. 2 on, 1 out. And Dale Cardan last night. Dale Cardan at bat. I'm going to say last night he hit a grand slam home run as part of that 12-run 4th inning that K&L had. That blew the game open and put an end to the series as far as Barcomb is concerned. Ball. On the ground, up the middle, that's going to be a base hit. Laporte will pick it up. Randy Davison will score. Jim Davison stops at second. And Dale Cardan with an RBI single. Batter now, the Birdman, Randy LaBombard. He swings at the first offering. It's knocked down, a catch. A catch by Todd Underwood. A diving grab. And Jim Davison back just in time. So a line shot off LaBombard's back. And there's 2 down. Run is remaining at first and second, and Gary Boris, the first baseman, at the plate. Laporte should have it. He does. So K&L picks up a lone run. Barcomb's got out of it cheap. Looked like it was going to be a big K&L rally with that catch by Underwood. Turn things around. We go now to the second inning. After 1 full inning, our score, K&L 1, Barcomb's TV, nothing. Left center fielder Randy Barcomb looks at ball 1 to lead off the second inning. Pitch number 2 from DeCoste is strike 1-1. 2-1. Ball 3, Barcomb looking to take a walk. DeCoste will give it to him. To Dale Cardan. He bobbles it, and Barcomb will be on board. Oh, E5 if you're scoring at home. I don't know why anybody would be scoring at home in a slow pitch softball game, but E5 is how you put it in the books, and Barcomb is aboard, representing the potential tying run here in the top of the second, and the first baseman, Dan Yakey, the batter. Up the middle. Big break there, fire to first, thrown away. Off Dekoff's glove into LeBombard's. Lombard had an easy job going over to step on second, however, and throwing to first. His throw was in the dirt. Bowers unable to pick it up. And on the overthrow, Yakey goes to second. So one out, a runner at second, and Jim Barcomb, the left fielder, stepping in. Strike one. Ground foul. Foul. Rather nonchalant catch. Cardan just stuck his glove out and pulled it in. Made it look easy. 2 down. And Joey Trombley, the batter. In tight, ball 1. Strike. 1-1. Randy Davison to Gary Boris. Nothing across for Barcombs. We go to the bottom of the second with the score remaining. K&L 1, Barcombs nothing. Dan Trombley, the left center fielder, will lead off the second inning for K&L. Strike 1. Dan, the only guy I know who dyes only the top of his head. The top of his head is blonde, the rest of it's brown. Davison to first. We have 1 down. Don't know why he doesn't dye it all blonde, but that's the look he likes, I guess. I see he runs out of peroxide. 1 out. And Pete McMillan, the extra player tonight, will step in now with 1 down in the bottom of the second. Ball 1 from Joey Trombley. Ball 2. Strike. Laporte tried to short hop it. Bounces away from him, but Barcomb over there backing up kept McMillan from getting an extra base. Batter now the catcher, Larry Belrose. Two years ago, Belrose was a member of the Barcombs club. He switched teams last year. I'm not sure who he played for last year, and this year he joined the K&L lineup. To Hawksby, steps on second to first. Double play. A bang banger. I'm not sure if we got back in time to see the feet on the bag. So we'll try to check it on a replay if we had it. Nothing across for K&L in a second. We go to the third with the score holding at K&L 1, Barcomb's nothing. Todd Underwood will lead off here in the third inning. Top of the third, 1-0 the score. To left field. Foul ball.
Not anymore, I have to play second.
That's fair. Phillips drifting back, he'll grab. We have one down in the top of the third. Batter now, the catcher, Tracy Boris. Ball. Got an extra player on the field here. He wants to go over there and watch the game, I guess. Strike one. 1-1.
Come on, Bowman, keep your head, buddy. I have a base hit here.
Pitch to Boris. In the hole. Tracy Boris with a base hit. Batter now Steve Southwick with the top of the order to follow. And a pitch. Strike one. Outside ball. 2-2. One out. Top of the third. Southwick with a base hit to right. Lowe will throw it in, and Boris will hold at second. Oh, runners at first and second. Top of the order coming up. One out, so Barcomb threatening to score here in the third.
Good shot, Stevie. Good job up there, Steve Southwick. Get the foot off now.
K&L looking to get this over in 3. Barcombs, of course, have other ideas.
Jerry, come on, let that run, buddy.
A Bombard to second, then they get to force. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Hawksby at first, Boris at third, and a batter Jerry Davison.
Come on, Jerry.
Pitch from DeCoste. Ball. Bill Bayshore on deck. One and one. Base hit would tie up the game here in the third inning.
1-1.
It's going to drop in. We have a 1-1 ball game, and Hawksby will stop at second. Almost got tagged out there, stumbling on the bag.
Come on, Billy.
A base hit for Jerry Davison. And a batter, Bill Bayshore, team manager. Swings at the first one, hits it up the middle. Hawksby's going to come in. No, he's not. Perfect peg from Jim Davison, a one-hopper. Hawksby held up at third. A base is loaded. And a cleanup batter. Barcomb's biggest threat to hit it over the fence, Denny Laporte. 1-1 the score. Top of the third inning. Strike one. 2 outs. Bases loaded. 1-1 the count. 2-1. A walk would drive in a run. Give Barcomb's the lead. He doesn't have all that. Davison back at the fence. It's gone. Just barely enough. Just barely enough. Whether it goes over by 3 feet or 300 feet, it's a home run, and it's a grand slam home run for Denny Laporte. That puts Barcomb's up now 5-1. Davison kept backing up on that. Looked like he had a bead on it, but it was just beyond his reach. A home run for Denny Laporte and Barcomb's for the first time. I believe this is the first time they've led in this series. Randy Barcomb gave it a ride. Jim Davison pulls it down. So 5 runs across in the third for Barcomb's TV. We go to the bottom of the third inning with Barcomb's leading K&L 5-1.
Joey, you gotta knock everything down.
Gary DeCoste, the batter, to lead off the bottom of the third. And a pitch from Joey Trombley. Ball. DeCoste wraps it up the middle for a base hit. He rounds and he'll stay put. Batter now, Bill Glode with the top of the order to follow. Glode looks at strike one. Strike two. Just barely caught the edge of the mat. Well, Trombley in the driver's seat. And the pitch. Ball one. It's a base hit. And once again, my camera handle gave out on me just as the ball was flying out into left field. This camera, after taping about 1,000 events over the last 4 years, has a little weakness in its handle right now. I really can have no complaints. It's been a very steady performer. Pitch to Denny Phillips. Dennis Phillips, the left fielder. I'm not sure if that was a ball or a strike. It looked like a strike, but I didn't see the umpire's arm go up. It's all a moot point at this point, as Phillips wraps it into right field for a base hit to load him up. Bases are loaded, nobody out. And K&L on the verge of a big inning. With nobody out, they've got Randy Davison, Jim Davison, and Dale Cardan set to come up. Strike. For K&L to go ahead. At this point, I would think the game would be over. Barcomb was up after that grand slam by Laporte. But to score 5 runs and see it erased. And the bottom of the inning might put the final nail in that coffin for Barcomb's. 2-2 the count. To Randy Davison. Takes ball 3. Gotta have a good eye to watch those land. Payoff pitch is wrapped to Underwood. That's the second time he's made a nice grab on a liner. A nice shot off the bat of Randy Davison, but Underwood speared it. We have 1 down. And the batter, Jim Davison. Southwick with the grab.
Good job, Stevie!
And it's 5-2. As Decoss scores, Glode moves to third. Phillips stays put. 5-2, 2 outs. So Barcomb's
Feel it, Joey. Came right to you last time.
looking to get out of this inning. Cardan hits it deep. Randy Barcomb catches it at the fence. Dale Cardan about 5 feet short of tying up the ball game. Nice grab out there in center field by Randy Barcomb. So having the bases loaded and nobody out, K&L only picks up 1, so that's going to pick up the Barcomb's spirits a little bit. We go now to the 4th inning with the score. Barcomb's 5, K&L 2. The Barcomb's team knows that 5 runs will not be enough in this ball game. And Dan Yakey will start off here in the 4th to try to get something going all over again. Pitch from DeCoste. Strike 1. Jim Barcomb on deck, Joey Trombley to follow him. Ball. Base hit. Yakey with a leadoff single here in the 4th. And Jim Barcomb the batter.
Oh, okay, then. Get 1. Make sure 1.
Dennis Phillips. Little grab. Yakey didn't go. Turns out he could have made it, but the odds were against him, and he was wise to stay put. A little disappointed in himself that he didn't go, but he made the smart move and not going on that one. 1 down, Joey Trombley the batter. Strike 1. In tight. Ball. 1-1. Glode grabs. 2 down. So Barcomb's about to squander a leadoff single by Dan Yakey. 2 outs. Todd Underwood the batter.
Gotta go.
Phillips pulls it in. Nothing across for Barcomb's. In the 4th inning, we go to the bottom of the 4th. At Barcomb's TV and Furniture, leading K&L Plumbing and Heating, 5-2. Randy LeBombard will lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. Team trailing by 3. Pitch from Trombley. Strike 1.
Heads up on the line. Go get him, baby.
Base hit. Southwick will pick it up. And LeBombard will be on. A leadoff single and a batter. Gary Boris, the first baseman. A slow roller. Trombley will go to second and throw it away. A good throw would not have gotten LeBombard. LeBombard was there. Trombley didn't have time to look around and judge the situation. If he was going to get LeBombard, he had to come up firing. But a good throw would not have gotten him. So his best bet would have been to go to Boris. Get that out. Let LeBombard get that extra base and get the shore out. That's all hindsight. And Dan Trombley, representing the potential tying run, is at the plate. Ball 1-1. Ball. Nobody out. 2-1. 2-1 the count. Bottom of the 4th. Trombley hits it foul. Jim Barcomb grabs. That'll be a no advance. We have 1 down and Pete McMillan the batter. Larry Belrose on deck. And a pitch.
There you go.
Laporte makes an interesting catch. LeBombard goes to third. Boris stays at second. At first. 2 outs. Larry Belrose the batter. Bill Bayshore telling his first baseman Dan Yakey to play him deep. Play this left-handed batter deep and go to second for the out if he can. Strike 1. Time as Belrose stepped out of the box. Pitch now deep. 1-1. On the ground, Trombley will go to first. Nothing across for K&L. Barcomb holds him again. We go to the top of the 5th inning with the score holding. Barcomb's 5, K&L 2. Tracy Boris, the catcher, will lead off here in the top of the 5th inning. Barcomb's leading 5-2. And a pitch from DeCoste. Strike 1, hits that front of the plate. Up the middle, LeBombard off his chin. Go to first, not in time. Pulled Boris off. Belrose over here backing up, doing a good job. Boris will be on. An error on Randy LeBombard. Gets a base runner here for Barcombs, and Steve Southwick, who singled his last time up, is the batter. Soft little pop up to LeBombard. 1 down. Dale Hawksby, the batter. Strike 1 to Hawksby.
Come on, Dale. 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 Come on
And Davison decides to hold as DeCoste came over to cover. 2 down. And about at third baseman, Jerry Davison.
He got it back to the window because he hit the camera right there.
Find a hole out there. Find a hole. Come on, Dale. Aggressive out there, Dale. 2 down.
2 back.
Time is about 17 minutes before 8. Our sunlight slowly disappearing on us. To LeBombard. He sticks his glove out, pulls it down. Nothing across in the 5th for Barcomb. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. With the score, Barcomb's TV and Furniture 5, K&L Plumbing and Heating 2. Pitcher Gary DeCoste will lead off the bottom of the 5th. Ball 1, team trailing by 3. Strike. 1-1. 2-1. Base hit to left center. Randy Barcomb tosses it in, and Gary DeCoste with a leadoff single. And the bottom of the 5th inning. Bring up Bill Glode with the top of the order to follow. Glode, the right fielder. Strike 1. Starting to cool down fast on this August 26th. Liner to Hawksby. Nice shot by Glode, but Hawksby pulled it down, and we have 1 down. And Dennis Phillips, the batter. Ball 1. Strike. Foul ball. Just foul down the right field line. Southwick will toss it back in.
Too much line, Doodle. Come on, Dennis, fill up. Strike, Steve. Don't give him too much line, Doodle. 1 and 2. So it's coming back to you now. Inside.
Pitch to Phillips. In tight.
Not too much, Dale. 22.
Jim Barcomb tosses it in. 2 down. K&L lost only twice during the regular season. Once to Mr. Sub and once to the Plattsburgh Air Force Base. Both of those teams are upset wins. If they lost to somebody like the Press or Rigsby's, you would expect it.
Illegal.
On my part, that would be a ball. 1-1. But the team that played better that particular night won both times. And Air Force Base did it on the, I think it was the last game of the season for K&L. And Mr. Sub did it with K&L enjoying something like a 16 or 17-0 record at the time. Strike. Actually, it's to K&L's advantage not to have a perfect season behind them right now. Randy Barcomb grabs it. Nothing across for K&L in the 5th. As I was saying, it's better for K&L not to have a perfect season. They'd have that added burden here in the playoffs. And now they don't have to worry about losing a playoff game. They don't have to worry about that first loss. They've already had 2 losses this season. But in game number 3 here, after 5 full innings, Barcombs is still leading. They lead 5-2. Bill Bayshore, the batter, leading off the 6th inning. Number 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up here for Barcombs. First pitch of the inning in there for strike 1. A chopper. Randy Davison with a nice charity hop to first. Boris dropped it. Was in the dirt. A short hopper, but it was in Boris's glove. And he dropped it, and Bill Bayshore will be on with the lead runner on. Nobody out. And Denny Laporte, the batter. He put his team ahead with a grand slam home run his last trip to the plate. Ball. 2-0. Strike hits the inside part of the mat. Umpire Collier will adjust the mat. 2-1 to count. And a pitch from DeCoste. Looks like a base hit. Drops in. Davison will pick it up. Bayshore will stop at second. Laporte with a single. Runners at first and second with nobody out. And Randy Barcomb, the batter.
Come on, Randy. Get mad, Randy.
As I said at the start of the game, the pressure is off Barcombs after that 21-7 loss last night. They trail in this series 2-0, and they've got nothing to lose right now. Nobody expects them to win 3 in a row against K&L. They have nothing to lose. They can play loose and take them one at a time. Popped up. Trombley will call it. He'll grab. Bayshore takes one scissor step off second. One down. And first baseman Dan Yakey, the batter. Ball 1. Strike, 1-1. First and second, 1 out. Top of the 6th inning, Barcomb's leading 5-2. Popped up. Infield fly rule call. Lombard makes it official. And we have 2 down. And with 2 outs, Jim Barcomb, the batter.
Come up throwing outfield. Come up throwing.
And a pitch from DeCoste. Strike 1. Well, Barcomb's had their first 2 runners on with nobody out. On the ground to Davison. Bobble it. It's going to keep the door open. K&L making the errors tonight. They've had several misplays. Bases loaded. Pitcher Joey Trombley, the batter.
Right through the ball. Right through the ball. Denny on top of the head. Denny on top of the head. Come on, Joey.
Bayshore at third. Laporte at second. Jim Barcomb at first. And Jim Davison caught that one. The score was going to remain 5-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Barcomb's leading K&L. Jim Davison will lead off The bottom of the 6th. These are the big guns for K&L. Number 3, 4, and 5 batters coming up. Jim Davison, Dale Cardin, Randy LeBombard. They trail by 3.
Get up, get up!
Pitch from Trombley. Ball 1 to Jim Davison. Strike. 1-1. Oh, 2-1. Should be caught. Laporte. No. It's gone. Thought Laporte had a beat on it. And it's 5-3. Jim Davison with a shot to right center field. Makes it 5-3, and Dale Cardin the batter now. Dale Cardin hits it deep to Randy Barcomb. Back at the fence. He'll grab it. That's as deep as he could go without putting it over. That's a long out to Barcomb. And K&L needs base runners. They don't need to get in this game one at a time. Too much arc. Ball 1. Randy LeBombard with Gary Boris on deck. Strike 1-1. Strike 2. Foul territory. Barcomb grabs it. LeBombard is out. Two outs. So 2 long fly outs in this inning for K&L to go with a home run. And a batter, Gary Boris. On the ground. Hawksby to first in time. So after 6 full innings, Barcomb is still leading K&L. Going to the top of the 7th, the score, Barcomb's 5, K&L 3. It's beginning to look like there's going to be a game 4. Have Tim Gallett pinch hitting here. Batting for, I believe, Joey Trombley. Strike 1. Might be Underwood he's batting for, I'm not sure. Jim Davison grabs, we have 1 out in the top of the 7th.
Come on, Pullman. Come on, Pullman.
Batter Tracy Boris. I'm pretty sure Gallett was batting for Underwood there.
Start it 1 more, big fella. Start it 1 more.
Come on now, get one. Let's go, Black. Let's come in here and get a couple, that's all. Let's play.
Good eye, Cole. Make good, Tracy. Don't be anxious, Tracy.
Up the middle, Barcomb, LeBombard to first in time. Randy LeBombard going in back of Randy Davison to the left side of second. Made a beautiful play and a nice peg to first. to get Boris, and we have 2 outs. And Steve Southwick, the batter.
There you go.
Get it started, Steve! Get it started!
Slow comebacker to DeCoste. To first. And it's down to the final 3 outs. After 6.5, we'll go to the bottom of the 7th with the score. Barcomb's 5, K&L 3. Dan Trombley will lead off the bottom half of the 7th inning. His club trailing by 2, 5-3. Barcomb's TV taking these games one at a time with the series standing at 2-0 in favor of K&L. Barcomb's wins, there will be a game 4. If K&L should come from behind, the series would be over. Foul.
Get fair, Danny.
Watch it right off the bat, Danny. Watch it right off the bat.
2 strikes on Trombley. He's going to have to keep it in fair territory.
Keep it fair, Danny.
And the pitch. A line shot to Jerry Davison. He picked it off the ground just before it touched the ground. And we have 1 down. And a batter, the extra player, Pete McMillan. Ball 1. Ball 2. Strike 2-1. Easy play. Randy Barcomb grabs it. And Barcomb's 1 out away from bringing on game number 4.
Come on, Larry. Come on, baby.
Bill Bayshore talking to his pitcher, telling him how to pitch to Belrose. Short and in tight, he said. Ball 2-0. Larry Belrose representing the last out for K&L. Strike 2-1. That'll be it. That'll be it. So Barcombs, with their backs to the wall, are going to extend this series. Barcomb's TV, after losing 21-7 and last night, come up with a 5-3 win over K&L on this Wednesday evening. And there will be a game 4 to be played on Thursday the 27th. So there will be a game number 4. John Southwick telling me before the game he's been to about 10 World Series. He's only seen 1 final game, so he was here to see his son play, figuring that he would not see a final game here, and he brought him luck. Once again, the final score in game number 3, excuse me, 5-3. K&L leads in the series 2-1.